Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking you through our IVF timeline that's going to be happening over the next few weeks as things start to pick up in our first round. If you are new, hello, my name is Eileen Vincett. I am an American expat living in Switzerland. Welcome, I'm so glad you're here. If you are starting to look into IVF as a possible treatment to have a child, I send out so many good vibes, first of all, but I want to reassure you, you are in the right place. This video is going to walk you through the process step by step. So in my appointment that I had a few weeks ago, I got this nifty little timeline that I will walk you guys through, all in German, of course, but I won't be doing it in German, telling me what the process was going to be like. Going way back, I was told to contact the doctor on the first day of my end of January cycle. Now, cycle is a fancy way of saying period, just so you don't have a visual. When somebody says period, I instantly get a visual, but cycle somehow just seems like, oh, my loop has restarted. When my cycle started, I contacted my doctor and she emailed me a prescription for Primula N, which is a birth control pill, that she wanted me to start taking once a day, 2 pills every single night. So for everybody keeping score at home, as of today, I have taken 50 Primula N pills. Once I started those on the Sunday when my cycle started, she said, I'm gonna need you to come in this Wednesday for a doctor's appointment. Started taking my pills Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I went in for my doctor's appointment on that first Wednesday of February and got my little joystick ultrasound so she could go up there and look around for the ovaries. Looked at my ovaries to see how many follicles I had. I've made a video letting you guys know about that appointment. I'll link it above. But she scoped that out and then she took me through my timeline. I was told that I needed to continue taking my Primula N pills until March 12th. So from now to March 12th, I will just be taking these birth control pills 2 a day. This has been interesting. I've taken birth control pills a lot in my life, and I have never had the side effects that I've had with these pills. I don't know if it's because I'm older. I don't know if it's because it's a different pill. I don't know if it's because I'm taking 2 a day instead of probably the recommended 1 a day, but it hasn't been ideal, I have to say. I've looked into the side effects of this pill, and the ones that I've been hit with are weight gain. My appetite is out of control. And I've just had to tell myself, this is this chapter and roll with it. And when all is said and done, you will go back to your intermittent fasting and stuff and you will lose the weight, and I will lose the weight, and you guys will hold me accountable to that. But I have put weight on. I've had headaches, which is not normal for me. I don't normally get headaches. And I have had major bluesy blues, like not cute, like not feel like doing anything. Not a joy to be around, let's be honest. So I've struggled with a bit of side effects, which has kind of sucked, but I'm only on those for another, what is it, probably about 2 weeks now. No, about a week and a half. Yes, I'm only on those for about another week and a half, and then comes the next phase. So I'll stop taking these Primula N pain in my ass pills on March 11th. And then on March 14th, I will go into the doctor once again to probably have another ultrasound, see how things are going, and then get my giant packet of stims, they're called. If you're in if you're in the biz, the IVF biz, but they're shots. I will start giving myself those shots after that next doctor's appointment, and I will continue doing so for about 7-8 days in my case. And during that time, I will go in for appointments, so they'll check how it's going, adjust things if they need to. And then I will go in on the 22nd for them to have one last look. And if all things are going well, in the days after, I will give myself one final trigger shot to tell my body that it's time to ovulate. And then I will go in 36 hours after and I will have my egg retrieval. Pills now, doctor's appointment, shots, lots of doctor's appointments, blood work, shots. I'm used to all that with all my miscarriages. And then go back in, do the trigger shot and have my egg retrieval. Basically, they go in, they put a needle through your vaginal wall. There's a visual for everybody. And they go up and they remove all of the follicles and see how many eggs they can get to fertilize with sperm that your husband gives on the same day as your retrieval. So they put those together, and then it depends. In some cases, they shoot the sperm straight into the egg. If the sperm isn't an issue, sometimes they'll put them both in the Petri dish and just let them do a little dance and get together naturally. In our case, I think that's probably what they'll do because it wasn't an issue on Andy's side at all. And then from there, they have them hang out for a few days, for 5 days, and see how they survive. The strongest ones make it through, and in our case, they will test those embryos to see if there's anything abnormal about them. Because we are able to get pregnant, we just can't hold a pregnancy. They want to make sure that the strongest, best, most viable embryos are the ones they are using to transfer back into me in hopes of implantation and that I can hold a pregnancy. So after those 5 days, I go back in, and this time I'm awake, I'm just chilling, and they put the embryo that has survived back inside of me, and poof, I'm pregnant. The stork shows up. There's a big baby shower and a gender, none of that's happening. But hopefully that's what will happen. I will be pregnant at the end of that. Now, when they do the egg retrieval, in my case, the last week of March, hopefully, they put you under for that. Not totally under, I think it's like Michael Jackson what's it called? Profiterol? I don't know what it's called, but it's that deep, deep sleep drug. So I'll be deep, deep asleep. I won't feel anything. If you are going to have IVF and you're worried about the egg retrieval, you don't need to be, from what I understand in other videos that I've seen. Carissa, she's another IVF infertility rock and roll sister out there. I'll put a link to her video below where she showed her full retrieval, so you can really have peace of mind that it's not painful. It brought me a lot of peace of mind when I saw it, so I'll put that below. March is go time, guys. I'm pumping pills for the next week and a half, and I'm giving myself shots, and then hopefully we do the egg retrieval, and then do the embryo transfer back inside of me. Wait 2 weeks, try not to take a pregnancy test during those 2 weeks, and then hopefully go back and hear that the embryo has implanted and we are in fact pregnant. It seems pretty straightforward. And I've seen lots of videos where it has been straightforward for women, but my case is so unique because, like I said, we can get pregnant. It's holding a pregnancy that is the issue for us. After 7 miscarriages, I am trying to be as hopeful and positive as I can that this is gonna work for us. But I've also been to this rodeo many times before, and I've miscarried a lot. So for me, the egg retrieval, not an issue. Making the embryos, not an issue. I think that's all gonna go fine. We hope we get maybe 2 or 3 embryos. That would be great for us because they're looking at 10 follicles. Of those 10, they say usually you can count on half of them fertilizing, so that's 5. And then if we get 2 that survive those magic 5 days, that would be great. I'm old, I ain't 25, I'm 40. So I'm 40, I'm not 40, I'm 39. I am not 40 yet. But I'm happy if we get 2, 3 would be a dream. 1, it just takes 1 ultimately, but 3 would be like a best case scenario. So I'm not really too worried about ending up with at least an embryo. Should I be worried about that? I'm not really. And it going back in, it's just, will it implant? Will it implant? Will it stick? Will it stay? Will I stay pregnant? That's the big for us. And if we do stay pregnant, because you know I'm a planner, that's a January baby. Yeah, you know I've already looked it up. I've already looked that up. Andy's birthday's in January. Could you imagine? Patrick has my birthday in October. We have the same birthday. Yes. I wanted champagne for my birthday and I got labor and a baby instead, which is a pretty decent gift actually. And Andy's birthday's in January. So could you imagine if we had a next baby in January? I'm getting way ahead of myself. So that gives you a general idea of the timeline and how it works. One other tip I want to give you guys before I go is if you get a folder with the timeline from your doctor, make sure your husband spills wine on it so you look like a responsible couple getting IVF. That's the last bit of advice I would give you. Is anybody out there going through IVF? Do you have any tips for me in the weeks leading up to my egg retrieval? Any kind of diet things? Any kind of, I don't know, vitamins and all that kind of stuff? it's not as much a European way of thinking as it is in the United States, all of the additional things you take on top of the medicine that they're prescribing you. I'm trying to have a pretty clean diet. I'm not drinking very much at all, and once I start my shot stimulation, I'll stop drinking altogether. But any kind of diet, lifestyle things that you can think of, please definitely share those below. Or if you have your own experience that you've had with IVF, I would love, love, love to hear about it. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want more of the action, you can find me over on Instagram, and I will see you guys next week for more IVF drama, IVF fun in the sun. It's not really sunny, it's still winter. I'll see you guys next week. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Take care, bye.